All right, yes, sirree, I am back, Adrian Aquarius. Yes, I'm back. Adrian Aquarius is back. I actually did had a video. I had made a video trying to address the swirler who went to Zimbabwe with her white fiance, and I didn't get a chance to upload it. And like, I guess like the story now kind of died off. No pun intended. The story didn't end up dying off. I don't think much people are following it, and like even with the updates, it's kind of a forgotten story now. A lot of these stories and Black Death, are so high and by. They come in real fast, and then people just kind of lose interest because it ends up being like a greater tragedy at the end, or there isn't much to follow up on, and like a lot of these cases and situations, it's not like watching an episode of NCIS. Updates take months, years, maybe even a decade. So but what got me out of semi-retirement was TikTok. And honestly, I kind of like YouTube more because you can be a lot more animated on YouTube versus on TikTok, because you have a lot of people on TikTok who, you say things they don't like, they want to dox you. And YouTube used to have that type of energy, but um with someone like, some of the people who are anti-black um manosphere, a lot of those females ended up, leaving YouTube. Their presence isn't as known anymore, or they just kind of went to Patreon to talk their nonsense. Either way, the YouTube space has actually been pretty nice, and I'm taking full advantage of, black men getting minimum resistance. We're not even getting flagged anymore for our views or our talking points, rather. So, it's a win for us. So, the topic that I have is this bullshit called Alpine Divorce. And I will let CNN,
And became turnaround.
you know, talk about this. And look who's the faith of it: black women. You know.
He did
But
not.
ask yourself this though: how many black men are actually taking black women on hikes? Mind you, black women are the main ones talking and telling us black men, hey, if you want to do something with us, we need to be going on 5-star dates. You need to get a section. You know, it's very hard to practice their hypergamy when you're going on like a hiking date, unless you're going skiing, or you're going to like a resort. Just kind of going to like some hot ass mountain, and especially in this heat, like it's 90 degrees. You're just sipping on warm water bottles for like 6 hours. No black woman is trying to do that long, man. You might find a couple black women that are okay with hiking, but religiously hiking, that's it's a stretch. But hey, I'm gonna let CNN talk. This is commentary, so.
Turn around.
Women are sharing their Alpine divorce stories online, and it's more common than you'd think. Alpine divorce refers to when someone abandons their partner during an outdoor activity in a remote setting. The viral term may not.
I hate when you watch like CNN or like these so-called like female adverse advocacy activists or whatnot, that they'll always talk about male trends, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck? I've never heard of this. I've never had the idea of, oh, I'm gonna go on a hiking trip, leave her lost, and you know I hope and pray she comes back safe. Like that's way too crazy. And as a black man, you're not going to. You're not gonna get away with that type of shit. Not even on a street level. You know, you better pray and hope she don't come back. So this is where it loses me a lot because I'm like, I just don't believe this shit. And if this is happening even with black women, I'm strongly believing that has to be somebody white because I'm just kind of like, what dude even has the time to do all this shit? Like that's the crazy thing. And then when it comes to bi-directional abuse in the black community, um, black women seem to have the hardest time dealing with breakups than black men, despite popular belief. Because how many stories do you hear of black men getting ran over by cars and they're being set on fire and and shot over a breakup? But hey, somehow black men are always the ones to blame. It's always the black manosphere. It's always Kevin Samuels, and like Kevin Samuels has never, at least on live YouTube, has never advocated for men to off black women or women in general. So women need to be careful with saying that type of shit because they're definitely going to get into some legal problems when men kind of get to a point to where like they're tired of all this bullshit.
Not be an official one, but it struck a nerve. Women are opening up about times they were deserted in the wilderness by a partner, family member, or friend. The conversation around Alpine divorce picked up after an Austrian man was convicted of manslaughter for leaving,
mind you, a white man,
his girlfriend on the country's tallest mountain. She froze to death as he claimed he looked for help. Although it can happen anywhere, the most common scenario shared online is on a hike. Hiking enthusiast Laurie Singer feared for her life when she got altitude sickness on a 200-mile hike through California's Sierra Nevada mountain range with a close male friend in 2016. She told CNN that she couldn't keep up with him and became so ill that he suggested they part ways, leaving her with just an energy bar and his offloaded trash. The motives behind an Alpine divorce vary. Sometimes it's a premeditated act of harm, other times it's an impulsive decision, triggered by
again, this is bullshit that white men do because they want to be slick and sly. Like, come on, like, what black man literally has to plan this kind of craziness to break up with a woman? Like, it's not that hard.
patience and a lack of empathy. But any Alpine divorce can be traumatic, and recent headlines have started an online conversation around ways women can keep safe in the
The only reason why there's online conversations is because it's the typical bullshit of you take one hyperbole hyperbole story, you stretch it, then you'll have women who are like, okay, how many views can I get with this story? Oh, I can get 60,000 views and do follow-ups and do a story time. Okay, all right. Now all of a sudden it's a trend. That's why this whole like DL shit in the black community with black women, doing these expose videos on why it lasts so long. It's the same way. It's the same method. Oh my god, one dude was gay in India, and all of a sudden every black man's gay in India. Like,
outdoors.
Screamed his name.
all right. So this is the video that pissed me off. I'm about to go find it. It was like Laura or some shit. Um, where is it? Damn. She that's the crazy thing about it is like I don't know why like black folks, especially black women, are the main ones trying to put themselves into it, knowing damn well they don't fucking hike, they don't live. They're not that into hiking, especially in like on, especially like how you saw in the other video. Like there's hiking trails that are pretty preserved and made for hiking, like for casual walkers and stuff like that. That's one thing. You really think black women are gonna go to like an uncharted forest and just bullshit around with a dude? Man, please. Mind you, pasta and lobster, um, cheesecake factories aren't on a date, but they're cool with you going on hiking trips. If that makes sense. Um, damn, where the fuck is this shit? Cause man, cause the story literally just happened, and I don't see the girl. Doesn't make sense. Where is it? Try this again. Okay, so I finally found her page. So this looks like a mixed girl from Australia. Um, model type. She probably like models some bullshit. So let's always start from the bottom because you kind of have to try to figure out what are these females trying to gain and what does it take for them to get views, you know. So she's kind of like pretty on and off, there's videos that hit, typical college student, blah 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 exams, high school drama, blah blah blah. I'm a Gen Z, men suck, blah blah blah. And, you know, but I love shopping, hanging out with my friends, blah 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 blah. I'm the token woman of color, blah 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 blah. Old people shouldn't be driving, and bingo. How did and like really this is how you get an engagement. You get consistency with your view counts from being on an average of, let's say, 1,000 views, and then you might get a peak of you might get a peak of, oh, it's gonna hit 8,000. Now you're going from, and mind you, this is probably gonna go to like 3.2 million by next week. So but you got 2.4 million views to 100,000, 150, 141, and now 65. So it's going down, but all she needs to do is just keep you engaged. Keep you engaged. So it's like, yeah, all she has to do is just keep you engaged, and that's the goal. So let's start with this video that has the 2.4 million.
Pro tip, never go hiking with a man. Never go.
And you notice how they always kind of try to put it into this feminist perspective of these little jabs that, oh my god, men are so terrible. But when I was scrolling down her For You page, the white boy she was hanging out with didn't seem problematic. She was just talking about life as a teen, as a young adult, college, blah blah blah. Now all of a sudden it's evil men, patriarchy, evil men. Why was I with a man? Like, come on, we're literally talking about men as if like we're a second class citizen, like we're like these. They always want to frame it to as if like men are just so fucking terrible, and it was like, how stupid can you be being around a man? That's like, again, looking for their female approval. And they're what they're doing is that it was like, oh my god, I'm sorry that I left the sister code. I should have known I wasn't allowed to be around a man, but my guard was down, and this is what happens. Now it's a cautionary tale.
Hiking with a man. It basically just stranded me. I don't even know where the fuck I am. I didn't know where I'm going.
Now, mind you, if this was to really happen, do you think that, granted, there isn't a time? Well, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, actually, we can't really confirm it. Wait, so this is what eventually, okay. Eventually, I found the car, but please don't be spontaneous and hike with men. This guy fully stranded me 2 hours from the car. Again, like, what's up with this framework of all men when you can just easily just blame the asshole? You can just easily blame the asshole um that left you behind. But again, these women are dating fucked up white boys because they're trying to make them the default of masculinity, and it just kind of gets to a point to where it's like niggas don't do this shit.
I, I'm just following a path. I don't even know if this is the right path. There's so many, but we walked for at least 2 hours to get here. So it's about another 2 hours back. Pro tip: never go hiking with a man.
Never go out by night. Pro tip: never go hiking with a man. Okay, shut up, chick. No, does that look like a woman that's in distress? You know, oh, let me go cry and put on this emotionalism on TikTok. Just, I get you want to make people know that you're safe, but again, when I see videos like this, she knows she has y'all hooked, and now it gives her a platform because now she can do lives. Because give it a month or two, this story will she will forget about this story, and she will just end up talking about shopping and following her life, and then you're gonna be just like, wait a minute, who the fuck am I? Who's this random person I'm following that's talking about shopping? Oh wait, this is the girl that was lost. But she doesn't bring it up anymore. It's interesting. Uh, Here we go.
Hey everyone, I wanted to apologize for the fact that I haven't posted a follow-up video. I'm
And like
alive and well.
always,
I'll be
they never file a police report, or they never say that they do. They'll talk about I'm taking legal actions. That's what they'll always say when women falsely accuse men. They'll always say that they're taking legal actions, and it'll make you imply that they're talking to law enforcement, and in reality, they're not talking to anybody. They're just they don't want to put police involved because they'll think if they don't say police, it'll protect them. So they'll just bullshit and say, "Oh, I'm just getting legal advice. I'm just taking legal actions." Bullshit. Like seriously, that was a crime reported, but she won't. The amount of men saying that she should. Who said that? Who's saying don't report? The men are the ones. Oh god. The men are the ones saying to report, but it's women who always want to bring in the excuse that, oh, I'm not reporting because I'm scared of my life, which can be honestly true. But again, she's home. I'm guessing that the guy also knows where she lives. The guy has her number. And do you really want me to believe that this woman got home? Once she got home, I'll be seeing, like, once she even got her fucking phone to charge, you don't think she called that dude and said, "Hey, where you at?" Don't see, this is why women are very dangerous to believe, because they know they can rely on emotionalism, sorrow, and the hatred of men, because they know it. And this is just a game tool.
Hey everyone, I wanted to apologize for the fact that I haven't posted a follow-up video. I am alive and well. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know how to go about making a follow-up video. I want to make sure I hit everyone's questions and answer all of the questions that everyone's asking me. But there's also so many things I don't have the answer to. And because this is obviously a process, I need to act accordingly. Today I feel a lot more level-headed about it, and I think after work today I will make a follow-up video just touching base, I guess, because I know a lot of people are concerned. So this afternoon,
Now, mind you, maybe she didn't tell her co-workers that she was lost or whatnot, and miraculously, she didn't go missing, and she was able to go home within a day, within a couple hours. So it wasn't like she was gone for days or even a day. If you was her boss or supervisor and you heard this story, would you have told her, hey, I think you need to do a police report because um it, if this guy is this bad of a person to leave you like that, you think that it was intentional to get you killed or to get you killed, I think that he may be dangerous even more to do more things. He could be as dangerous to do more things. Again, tongue tied. And so like I would have just been saying like, hey, maybe you should get a restraining order. Maybe, uh, have him served. But she'll play along as if, and mind you, she has not said that she texted this guy. Mind you, even before, even if you want to do the police report, you at least want to say like, hey, why did you do this? Because the police is going to ask you, or some a legal team is going to ask you, did he really leave you, or did y'all both got lost, and he went home and maybe just selflessly left you? Was it intentional? Do you believe it was intentional? So either way, she's kind of fucked if she doesn't even acknowledge or have proof that it was intentional versus the guy was a coward or the guy just assumed that she already went home or he probably may have thought that she left him. Again, we don't know that because she doesn't want to do follow up, but we know why she doesn't want to do follow up.
should expect an update, I guess. But I want to thank everyone for all their concern, all the messages. I've received so many messages from people wondering if I'm okay, and I see them and I'm trying to get back to them all. But again, I hate to even be that bitch to say that, but I thought I would post that. My friends would see it and be like, bro, that's fucked. I'd never expected the multitude of people.
Again, this was for her friends. So this was for her friends, right? Now, did her friends find this guy and was like, "Hey," because I would believe that if this was a normal person with normal reactions, before, even at the same time as calling the police, you would at least want to have a street level justice to figure out what happened before we even get to law enforcement. You would kind of at least want that, just so like, hey, we can clear things up if it can be cleared up. But I don't believe in these passive friends, and they were just like, oh my god, we know the guy, and then we didn't do nothing. Like I don't believe it.
But here we are. So, yeah, cool. Hey everyone, I wanted to apologize for the fact that I haven't.
Okay, so we didn't. So we're in the last video.
Okay, I feel I should start with I'm alive. Well would be a stretch, but I'm alive, which is all that matters in the grand scheme of things. I'm gonna make this video because I want to answer everybody's questions on what happened to me the other day, because I know a lot of people are concerned and there are also a lot of people that are angry at me. My most asked question is,
Yeah, I can tell that she wanted views really this bad, but I can tell that it was too much views because now she's getting hit up. Her inbox is probably full to the brim to where even her friends can't even talk to her on social media. And now she kind of has to address this and do damage control. And let's see where this
Why would
goes.
you go hiking with a man?
Again, the same stupid shit bullshit. We're treating men like second class citizens. Shit, bitch. We seen you with dudes on your past pages. You didn't make no claims or cry about. Oh my god, I have male friends. Boo hoo, boo hoo. So let's cut the bullshit as if having male friends is a bad thing. Cut the shit. We're not 5 years old.
My answer to that question is that I've known this man for 2 years and I trusted that man. I was naive enough to think that he just wanted to go on a hike and take me to this lookout spot that he liked. The next commonly asked question is, why did you make a TikTok? Why didn't you phone the police instead? My phone was on 2%.
Now I'll give her that. If the phone was at 2% and you're lost, you really want to save as much energy as you can with that 2% because now you probably have to get directions to go home, and you this is probably like your first time even driving there. So it's like now you don't want the last thing you want to be is now lost on the road, which is not that bad, but still it's like you're lost on the road, no cell phone. Now you gotta charge it, figure out where you can charge it, and blah blah blah. And all it's a hassle. So I'll give her this one. I'm being nice.
And I had zero service. So in my head, I thought if I can at least make a video of myself out here and get a video of my surroundings, then if something happens, they can retrace my iCloud. I also really thought if I call the police, what if they don't find me and I use the last of my percent on relying on a service that I know has failed so.
I'll give her that one too. It's yeah, I'll give her that one. I don't blame her for not calling anyone on the spot because of your phone's dead. That's even if the fucking story is true. I'm just kind of going with responses. I'm not, at this point.
Many other people that have been in this situation. Another question I'm being asked is, did I report it? I am taking legal action slowly but surely.
Legal action slowly but sure. Look like, oh come on, bitch. It ain't that fucking hard. Legal actions. Did you file a police report? A police report. 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 All you have to do is get some damn paper, write down XYZ, XY names, location, time, day. It's not that hard. Now if they call you back, they want to follow up. Okay, that's one thing. Right? If you're telling me you didn't write down anything, you're a dumb bitch. And this is the thing that a lot of women bank when these are, mind you, these are the type of women who will file false allegations. And this is what these women bank on men to fall for, even women to fall for. That, oh my God, I was too afraid to um call the police. I was too afraid to file a police report because of patriarchy, blah blah blah. Evil men. There's men work at the police station. All this performative bullshit, and and all that. They bank on you fall. They bank on you falling for their fake fear. But again, the fear wasn't there a month ago. It wasn't there at the parties. It wasn't there on her regular everyday life. But magically, the fear came out of nowhere. Like, come on, like I don't believe this.
What I want you guys to remember is that this is my real life and I know this person in real life. Another comment I'm receiving a lot of.
But again, we get it. Okay, if you're generally scared of this person, but again, um, you are on a time crunch. He know it, maybe I don't know if he knows where you live, But let's just, regardless, he has your number, and he probably knows at least multiple locations that you frequent. You shouldn't be that damn hesitant to file a fucking police report. That's if you did it.
Is what did I do for him to leave me? Just so you understand what happened.
I looked at the comment section. No dude asked this question. This was they are making up these typical victim blame questions that guys with a misogynist would say. Nobody said these in the comment section. I'm so tired of this.
I needed to use the bathroom and we were in the middle of a mountain range, so I had to pop a squat. So I said, I need to use the bathroom, I'm gonna go behind this bush. And he said, yes, okay, I'll wait for you here. I walked about 10 meters away, 5 meters away, popped a squat maybe for 2 minutes. I stood up, pulled up my pants, looked around, and he was gone. Gone. But I was in a valley. I was in a divot of like a forest, okay, like a forest. There was nowhere for him to hide, nowhere for him to go. So when I stood up and saw he was gone, my thought was that like he dropped dead and he was on the in the foliage, whatever the fuck the word is. And I
So she has no proof that this guy did it out of malice. She has no proof that the guy did it out of malice. And that's why I'm surprised. The real question that I would have asked was that, have you been in contact with this man since the incident? Because it will, like, if he's gonna say, oh well, oh, I know I was gonna say, like, there's no bears in Australia, but it was like, oh my god, I heard something, or I was scared, or I got lost myself because I had to use the rest, use, do a number two or whatnot, and I I got lost. This can easily be a story of two people getting lost at the same time, and that's how the legal system will just view it. It'll just be like, two people got lost because you don't have proof that you did that he did it out of malice. Did this guy wanted to date her? We don't know. Did this guy felt rejected by her? Was this revenge? Were they dating? Did they? This sounds so platonic. The relationship between these two sounds so platonic that there's no way in hell you're gonna have me to believe that this guy intentionally did this shit. Two idiots in the woods got lost. Next question. Next case.
didn't think he ran away until I started calling out his name and he wasn't responding. Another question is, did I call him? Yes, I called him. He didn't answer a single text, a single call. I requested his location. He didn't reply. And when I found him, he was sat on a log eating a sandwich. Another
Wait a minute. You found him? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't. Did she? Wait. Okay, wait. Did she rehearse the story? Like, I feel like she had to draft this story because, like, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Wait, you found him? Okay.
comment I'm receiving a lot of is, if you don't say something to the police and it happens to someone else, it's your fault. To be honest, I'm not fucking sure what planet we live on for people to say that.
Again, this is what happens when you ask women common sense questions and they're gonna cry, victim blaming. Oh my god, patriarchy. Oh my god, the police aren't as usual, or not usual. The police aren't as reliable as I need to be. But when you need men out the house, when you need the police, man, like this is the thing that kills me, is that women's fake fear of the police. These bitches are not black men. They are not black men. So I don't know where the fuck these women, especially as someone from Australia, gets this bullshit idea like they're so afraid of the police and their police don't do nothing and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have more fear of the police, whether I'm calling it for my own safety or is it being called on me. Miss me with this bullshit of the imaginary police officer who watches a woman get beat and nobody does anything. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. But let me rewind.
Someone that's just
I can't go back, can I? Okay, go back, because I'm so pissed off.
a single text, a single call. I requested his location. He didn't reply. And when I found him, he was sat on a log eating a sandwich.
That part was kind of left out. I mean, you could have added that part. So again, the police is gonna say, "Wait a minute. So you found him after being lost? Did you get lost twice?" This story ain't making sense.
The comment I'm receiving a lot of is, if you don't say something to the police and it happens,
She's not answering that question. I'm making sure that I heard this bullshit right. She says she found the dude.
he was sat on a log eating a sandwich. I didn't answer a single text, a single call. I requested his location. He didn't reply. And when I found him, he was sat on a log eating a sandwich.
So this whole time, we've been made to feel as if she got home by herself. And again, I can probably frame this as honestly two idiots in the woods by themselves with no survival instinct. Am I wrong for saying that?
Another comment I'm receiving a lot of is, if you don't say something to the police and it happens.
Wait, but why does the police need to be involved now? Like, you found the dude. I'm assuming that y'all somehow got home. I don't even know how you got home. It's not like what the vehicles were just right there the whole fucking time. I don't know. So again, this can really just be like, hey, I falling out between friends. Again, you cannot. There's no proof that he had malice. There's no proof. It is just emotionalism. I got lost and I yelled his name. And I'm like, bitch, you know how dense a forest can be? Damn, you yelling to the top of your lungs, he might not be able to hear you. So it's like you gotta like put in perspective. It's like, okay, like, you yelling his name. Like, did you yell? Like, was he right there, 10 feet away from you, and you're yelling his name, and he ain't turning around or stopping? I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and review that.
Gone. But I was in a valley. I was in a divot of, like, a forest, okay? Like a forest. There was nowhere for him to hide, nowhere for him to go. So when I stood up and saw he was gone, my thought was that, like, he dropped dead and he was on the foliage, whatever the fuck the word is. And I didn't think he ran away until I started calling out his name and he wasn't responding. Another question is, did I call him? Yes, I called him. He didn't answer a single text, a single call. I requested his location. He didn't reply. And when I found him, he was sat on a log eating a sandwich. Another comment I'm receiving a lot of is, if you don't say something to the police and it happens to someone else, it's your fault. To be honest, I'm not fucking sure what planet we live on for people to say that to someone that's just had a traumatizing experience. I'm sorry. I understand this can happen to other people, but it happened to me. Not a hypothetical, this happened to me. So yes, of course I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone else, but what you have to understand is everything is such a slow and lengthy process. Another comment that is happening a lot on here is drop his name and drop his face. If I drop his face and he's pissed off enough about it, imagine what could happen to me. And these are the real fucking thoughts I'm having. Like, these are real thoughts I'm having. And I want to touch base and say, I don't want this video to come across as rude, aggressive, ungrateful for anything. I'm so grateful for the amount of people that have texted me and reached out and shared their experience. And he's pissed off enough about it. Imagine what could happen to me. And these are the real fucking thoughts I'm having. Like, these are real thoughts I'm having.
Yeah, somebody hit me up and was like, "Bro, can you see the tears in her eye? This is real." And I've watched. I guess how many videos was it? Was it like three or four? I didn't see no damn tears in her eye. This is just kind of panting. This is just panting, talking fast. Like to me, like even when she's talking fast, I can tell like the story was poorly rehearsed, and it doesn't really make sense because okay, she's talking about there was this valley, and mind you, I'm a veteran. I've done land now, so I know what a fucking valley is. So I know what she's describing, and I don't really see how she lost sight of him or the thing is it don't make any sense at all. It doesn't. And this women just know that the perfect formula is just fake tears, panting, crying, um, yelling. Men are bad. She got a little ring right here. I don't know if it's anything significant. I've never been married, so I don't know what type of ring that is. I know women tend to wear um rings on their wedding hand, even though they're single. But like I said, I think this fuck ass story is fake.
And I want to touch base and say I don't want this video to come across as rude, aggressive, ungrateful for anything. I'm so grateful for the amount of people that have texted me and reached out and shared their experiences and given me tips for when I do decide that I'm brave enough to go hiking again. But the sheer amount of comments and messages I've received from men telling me that this is my fault is absolutely
Unless she deleted the comments, which I don't think she would have time to do. And sometimes even how TikTok works is that you can have, let's say for instance, you have 10 comments visible. Like you can have TikTok will have hidden comments, and you it might say, hey, you got 10, but you probably really have 12, and then two of the comments are hidden, waiting on your approval. So she's 9 times out of 10 she's seeing the comments that are in favor of her, and I don't believe that she has time to um. Never mind. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't believe I've hardly seen any men victim blaming her for the most part. Even with a dude like this, you did nothing wrong. Please do not listen to those miserable comments. This is self inflicted. This is really a girl that just needs attention, and once you get that attention, then you get money. So don't be surprised when she's selling t-shirts and little bullshit trinkets on TikTok shop, because that's the end goal. She's gonna get advertisements. Now she's gonna be selling hiking gear for women and whistles and shit.
insane. I understand that I'm partially at fault. I should not have trusted someone enough to do something like that. But again, what will
Again, the fake. I still believe in my victim blaming because I'm an idiot and blah blah blah. And this is what men told me because I've been indoctrinated by men. Whatever.
we live in where I can't do things with a person because of the fear that they might kill me or abandon me somewhere to die?
The way you're describing the story does not show malice because you did not tell me after you met the dude again, sitting in a tree, eating food and snacks, that he did it out of malice. Because how the fuck did you meet him again? Did you get lost twice? Because if so, you didn't say anything. So how the fuck did you get home? That's where she fucked up in this story. That's where she fucked up. Because it doesn't make sense. You just said you met up with the guy. You saw him eating snacks on a log. Now I don't know how long it took you. Maybe it took you. I guess according to the first video, she said she couldn't find the dude for 2 hours. And okay, fine. But again, why was there not dialogue between you and the guy, and what dialogue was said? Now, did you meet up with the guy and he was angry? Or did you meet up with the guy and he was sarcastic and joyful and didn't give a fuck? Or was he trying to leave you again? Like, what was the energy? What energy was he giving off? That's the thing that throws me off. But she's intentionally leaving those holes open because by her being emotional, she knows that she can sucker people into believing her. And that's really all that matters. You just need to believe 10% of the story. And then 90% of the rest of the story or the video is just emotionalism. Oh my God, I'm crying. Oh my God, my feelings are hurt. Mean men, fail police. You will fall for it, trust me. Just like everybody fell for the brick lady, and we knew that the story had holes, but who did we have leading the charge, telling us that black men weren't shit? Oh, it was Conscious Lee. He was telling us that we don't defend black women, we don't do anything for black women, and blah blah blah. And she admitted multiple times, oh, I lied about the story. Conscious Lee didn't give a fuck.
Another and the last comment I'm gonna bring up is a reply that I made to a comment. I replied to a comment saying that I was selfish enough to believe that I'd be the exception. A lot of people are taking this comment the wrong way and thinking that I think I'm something of a fucking superior to everybody else. That is not at all what I feel about myself. What I'm trying to say is the trust that I have for this person, I would have never expected me to be the person he did this to.
But did he do it out of malice? And I'm just gonna keep repeating that shit because you just told me you saw him again. So how was the interaction? I'm not gonna repeat myself.
I'm an extremely headstrong, forward person. I'm the type of person that I would like to believe people wouldn't pick because of how vocal I am about things. I am so incredibly vocal. And that is a selfish thing to think. And that is what I'm apologizing for because that was selfish of me to think. And I just have...
Again, here comes I'm the idiot, blah blah blah. I believe it. Male indoctrination has messed me up so bad that even I deny my own victimhood because I should have been a smarter woman. Get me the fuck out of here, man.
So much empathy for the people that this has happened to because the amount of comments that I've received from people saying the same thing happened to them.
I only believe about probably 2% of this shit. In general, like if I saw the stories on TikTok about Alpine Divorces, I would say I only believe two of them. Two. And I'll be honest with you, if you're black, I don't believe it at all. I'm like, give me you got lost at a run club. I can believe it. But motherfucking hype. The fuck out of here, man.
Different parts of the world. I don't want this to define me and define my page. Something.
No, of course she doesn't want this to define her page because that's not the point. She just needed views so she can go back to modeling and she can get sponsorships, and now she TikTok will fund her lifestyle, and she can do lives about being a girl and trying out Korean makeup, blah blah blah, be girly, model, hang out with her friends, go to college parties. This was just to get views up. Just to let y'all know.
I do want to say, and I can't stress enough, no, I'm not seeing him anymore. No, I will not see him anymore. Yes, he is blocked on my device. Yes, I am taking legal action. I want all the women watching to know that this is a common thing, and I didn't know that. I didn't know this was common, and I want you to know
It
it's
is
common.
not common, man. Motherfuckers ain't got no goddamn time in the world to go to motherfucking Death Valley and have a and to leave a chick. This is such the lamest bullshit. Of my only belief is that, like, again, I wouldn't even. This just sounds like two idiots at a fucking park. Two idiots, but it's too unbelievable. It's
Now, please don't go hiking with men. Don't go.
Yeah, put your 2 cents in. Yes, evil men. Put your 2 cents in there.
Don't go to places you don't know about with people with people you trust, people you
It's
don't
not
trust. It doesn't
people. Stop pretending that you're trying to be justifiable. I guess it's stranger danger or whatnot. Put your hate out there. It's man. Be confident on who you don't like and who's the bad guy in the situation. Just be honest with yourself.
matter anymore. It doesn't matter. If anybody has any other questions they'd like to ask me, I'm happy to answer them on this in the comment section of this video. I'm fucking traumatized. I'm fucking traumatized. That being said, if you're going hiking with someone, whether you trust them or not, please
Now, if you don't trust them, why are you hiking with them? You just knocked out your own argument right there.
be equipped and prepared for the situation. And there are hundreds of women giving in-depth things of what you can do if you're in this situation. Please take note of them, whether that's just you flick through them. Just take note of it so that you know. I wish the best for everyone. Thank you everybody that's checked in on me. I appreciate it.
Phenomenal acting, man. Phenomenal acting. There was another one by a black chick, that older black chick. Again, I do not believe none of this bullshit. What's this acting?
You ever heard of the term Alpine divorce? So, an Alpine divorce is this other crazy phenomenon that's been happening recently where men will want
How is it a phenomenon? And I bet you never heard of this shit. I don't even know if she's Nigerian her damn self or just one of these hotep chicks. But please miss me like some dude invited you to this shit and try to have you left. Like this is a problem with black women. They see something that white women are going through, and then black women will act like, "Oh my god, black men been doing this to us too." And I'm like, what?
and out of their relationship with women. They will take them on hikes and abandon them in the middle of the desert. So there's a story right now of a man that's on he's on trial because he tried to Alpine divorce his wife, but not only did he try to abandon her, he tried to kill her in the desert/woods. So like he tried to push her off of a cliff, and then when that didn't work, he tried to beat her with a rock. And luckily, there were other hikers that were
Now that's different. Because the other stories I hear on TikTok, it's just stories of the dudes just up, down, and left. They weren't doing all that beating and throwing rocks and all that goddamn shit. So, you know,
trailing as well to here and
yeah, this is too performative for me. A little too goddamn performative.
Alpine divorce? Alpine, girl, I learned something new on TikTok every day. I'm sitting here doing my last scrolls before I log into work.
I'll be single at this. I'll just stay single at this point. Bitch, ain't no nigga trying to take you to no goddamn forest, man. These chicks be that's the gimmicky anti pick me black women thing that most of these chicks will do and be like, oh my god, there's a new trend. Like they will believe anything and then try to put it onto, oh yeah, that's why I'm single. Like as if black men do this shit.
And I come across this video from this girl talking about Alpine divorces. I don't have time to go down a rabbit hole, but I did hit the search to watch a couple more videos. And it's not just relegated to like married couples. Apparently, it's a thing. Like they have like Reddits and support groups and all that type of stuff for this. Apparently, it is this thing where boyfriends, husbands, dates, whatever, take women on long walks and hikes and stuff like that, and basically leave them and abandon them for why husbands do it, right? But like some men are sick, and this is also listen. I can't even talk.
Okay, there was another one. I don't really care for these because it just kind of proves my point that a lot of these chicks don't know what it is, but they're pretending like they've been through it.
I need y'all to stop getting on here and acting like black women having their own Alpine divorce stories is somehow like what? Black women involved in Alpine divorces? How do you as a black woman let someone take you up on a hike and you can't get back on your own? That victim blaming mentality is also is the reason as to why when black women go missing, nobody gives a damn for real, because the shit y'all do on Threads for real. It's all connected, do you see? But also let's talk about the fact that y'all don't pay attention, or you pick and choose when you want to pay attention to the murder rate that is for black women. Right? That out of every group of women, we are murdered more than anybody. And
yes, this is one of those 5.5, every second type shit, which been debunked so many times, but they don't really care to believe it.
Depending on where you are geographically, that statistic can go up significantly. Like if you live in Wisconsin, it shoots up to about 20 times more likely to being murdered. Because let's use the appropriate terms. Let's stop using cutesy words. Murdered. Right? And also, let's be clear that black women have their own Alpine divorce stories, but they're just not called Alpine. They're called, he took me to a restaurant that was 30, 40 miles away from my location. And then we left the restaurant, and then he proceeded to become sexually aggressive with me, and then demanded some sort of sexual compensation.
Nah, but I've heard of, not really stories, but like, hey, like a dude would kick a female out his car if she don't act right. But granted, how often do you hear those type of stories? You'll just hear like, hey, that's like a threat, like, hey, you better act right or I'll kick you out the car. That's like the only thing I would believe. But then again, how often does that happen? And I would even say when it comes to missing girls, especially those of um I'll say missing teens, it actually would be kind of hard. To me, it's just this is just too many variables, man. It's too many variables. Uh, there was one more. There was one more fucking story. And let me know if this is fucking believable. Okay, let's get a couple more reactions. Which one makes the least sense to you?
Alpine divorces are trending right now. Apparently, the trend around this term started when creator Ever After Aya posted a video to TikTok. Here it is. In it, she writes, "You go on a hike with him in the mountains, but he leaves you alone by yourself, and you realize he
Again,
never
look,
liked you to
look,
begin
look,
with."
look at black women debunking themselves. First off, I'm not going to begin with. What I'm not going. I'm off. First off, I'm not going to begin with. Okay, lost me at go on a hike. Of course, watch too many Lifetime movies. I will not go on a walking date. Exactly. Didn't black women been say like, they don't do walking days? They were talking about we don't do that shit. We don't do walks in the park. We don't do walks on the beach. You know. So again, how can now all of a sudden Alpine divorces be a thing and black women been saying for the longest we don't do walking dates. We don't do cheap shit. We don't do free dates. You gotta spend money.
Basically, an alpine divorce is when a woman is abandoned out in the wilderness, either hiking or walking with a man, be it a date or a significant other. Crazy, right? What's even crazier is that so many other women are coming forward and saying this also has happened to them. In this one Reddit post, a person wrote, "I used to go on a lot of..."
How reliable is a post from somebody who doesn't show their face? Like I'll be honest with you, I know it's kind of contradicting to me, but I'm just kind of being I'm just kind of giving commentary, and you can take it however. But if someone's gonna give me like real world experiences, I'm probably not gonna take it truly as valuable when you don't show your face. I'm just saying.
Hiking dates, and this would constantly happen to me. I've decided now that if a man does this to me again, I'm simply going to turn around and leave without saying a word. And a man was recently convicted of manslaughter after he abandoned his girlfriend on a mountain and she ended up dying of hypothermia. It was revealed in this case that he had done this to another woman, but she survived. Many of the women talking about this online say that it happens almost gradually, like the man just starts walking
How the fuck does it happen? Oh, wait, never mind.
faster. And a lot of times it comes with an excuse of, I want to get to the top of the mountain faster, or I want to move faster than you're able to move. So I
Now,
have.
according to the other girl that we just watched, she was the one that implied the separation because she had to use the restroom, or she had to take a shit or take a pee or whatever. And so in her story, there's no, like I said before, there's no indication that the guy left because she never got confirmation. Now maybe she didn't say it in the video, but again, she says she saw the guy on a log eating food. So was it out of malice? What happened? Or was he bullshitting, or did he get lost himself? So, like I said before, with that story, I just take it as two idiots lost.
To ask, has this happened to you or anyone you know?
Nope.
I just discovered what an Alpine divorce is. Bitch, that's attempted red rum. What? 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 How is there not legislation against this? Oh, right, because men are in charge.
No, it's because it's not a thing. Like, like these women, like women will act like men are these like evil people, and it's like, bitch, ain't nobody trying to get you in a damn forest and run off with you. Those craziest shit in the world, man. Bitches don't even live near a damn forest, and they talking about they've been ditched in the wilderness before. Get the fuck out of here. How the fuck you wait? What the?
I just told my friend about Alpine divorces and about the commonhood of men abandoning their wives when they get terminal illnesses. I asked them if they knew what did I just ask you about? Oh, family annihilators. I asked you if you know what family annihilators are. Family annihilators.
It's funny how black women, go to this rabbit hole of how evil men are, but there's women never, and a lot of these black women are addicted to these like horror stories, and they'll never like they would completely pretend like the women, the mothers. You remember the mother who chopped up her son and stuffed him in a freezer. You notice how these women will act like that shit never happens. There's tons of stories of women abusing children. I just saw a video of a black family who was malnourished. It was boys. It was like five boys. One of them was 19, but he weighed 45 pounds. And the dude was so skinny and small that they thought he was a child. These boys ate lead off paint for food. And their black adoptive parents did that shit to them. But black women can never put two and two together that they're just as ruthless as anybody else, as men can be. Women never pathologize what it takes for a woman to kill a dude by running him over, all because of a text message. But every black woman thinks a nigga is Chris Benoit or some shit, whatever.
Are the men that will want an escape from their marriage or their family, and they will just kill them all. So, like, have you ever heard the story of that man, Chris Watts? Yes. he's considered a family annihilator. And stories like that are so commonplace that they had to come up with a term for it. And specifically, in this term, they're talking about men, fathers, husbands,
White men.
that will
White man.
annihilate their family rather than get a divorce, rather than leave.
Aren't you? Why is this such a topic for black women? Like, honestly, you're the least married. You're the ones that don't want to be married. So, an Alpine divorce really is a contradiction because y'all bitches can't get a divorce. Oh, never mind. Because y'all double lead in divorce than marriage. But for the new age bitches or whatnot, I don't even see why this is even. I know it's just a play on words, but again, like the fact like black men can't leave y'all to be with somebody else is so crazy to me because it's like we're not fighting to keep you. This is why I look at black women stupid because they'll say shit like, "Oh, men don't use condoms because they're trying to impregnate us so we can get them a baby and we would have to deal with them forever." I'm like, that is the most broke nigga shit I've ever heard. Like what dude is thinking this backwards that he needs to impregnate a woman. Oh my god! Here's the beta. Here's a light skinned Drake nigga. Men suck.